Introducing a mood or emotion into your photographs can be a great way to engage the viewer and make them feel more connected to the image. So today I'm sharing several ways of how we can achieve this. So welcome back, and we're at the coast today to talk about how we can introduce emotion into our photographs and how that can have a massive impact on the final result. So it should be an interesting day. Lots of moody, overcast skies, tranquil, calm waters, and some very interesting rocky formations in the foreground. So we'll be working along this coastal area today to see what we can come up with. So let's get cracking. One thing I mention quite a lot on my photography tours and my one-to-ones is when we approach an area or a scene that we might like to shoot, it's just to, take a moment and just soak it all in and kind of, just take a note of how that particular place makes us feel, because this could be the driving force behind how we actually make and process the image. So I think, sometimes your gut feeling or your gut instinct is often the right choice, isn't it? So just taking a moment to soak it in really helps. So, for example, it might be a really calm, sunny day by the coast, and the feeling we get maybe of warmth and relaxation and happiness, all of those emotions come to mind when we're presented with a scene like that. So knowing this beforehand, we can compose a shot, in a way that helps to tell that story. And I think it can really help with the post-processing stage as well, tie it all together. As photographers, we've got this incredible ability to manipulate emotions through the careful selection and use of colours in our landscape photography compositions. It's such a wonderful thing. So, for example, blues and greens are often associated with tranquility, calmness and serenity. Imagine, a vast seascape like we've got here with varying shades of blue reflecting off the water. Those cool hues can evoke a sense of peace and relaxation. Well, certainly for me anyway. I think reds, oranges and yellows on the other hand they can evoke sort of emotions of warmth and excitement and energy. So yeah, it's really interesting. The subject matter also has a big part to play as well. So aligning the colour palette and the subject, I think, is key for trying to tie it all together, especially during the post-processing stage. Here today, I think I've got that feeling of like blue tones within the image. I want to try to get that feeling of calmness in this area we've got here. And I definitely feel that way when I'm here today, even though it is a little bit windy. So there looks to be a bit of a weather front coming through. Don't know if you can see it just in the background there, which I think might make an interesting focal point in the sky. What I need to try and do now is trying to match something in the foreground. So I'm going to be working on this area, see if we can come up with something, but I've got to be really quick because that's going to pass through pretty quick, but it'd be nice to make use of that cloud detail while we've got it. So let's get set up for a shot somewhere here to try to match the foreground with the sky. So working as quickly as possible, I've managed to find a nice little area where the water is pouring over a small rock shelf, which kind of creates a mini waterfall effect. I also like how the rocks create a clear pathway through this scene. There's definitely a lot of blue tones within the shot, so I think I'm going to accentuate those in post-production, which will help to convey a kind of calm, relaxing feeling that I'm going to go for. I think a slow shutter speed will also help to further enhance the feeling of calmness. You don't get long with this type of photography. You've just really got to roll with it and keep changing your composition and hope it works out. So yeah, F10, quarter of a second. Here's one coming now. Yeah. Great things about photography is that we've got the ability to change the appearance of certain elements within our frame. And I think this can be super helpful and a great way to show emotion within our images. Now, I think water is probably one of the best subject matters for this, because we can completely change its appearance by just choosing a certain shutter speed. For example, a fast shutter speed will freeze the motion, won't it, and allow us to convey a sense of power within the image. It can really create something quite dramatic, whereas a longer shutter speed will create a much more ethereal feel and add calmness to the shot. So yeah, just playing around with different shutter speeds can really change the emotion and feel of an image. So I've just had a spot of lunch and the tide has somewhat receded, yeah, probably 1.5 meters lower than it was when we were just up there shooting. And as you can probably see, this expanse of rock slabs here is absolutely incredible and offers a wealth of photographic opportunities on any given day, really. And we've still got some very dramatic clouds out here to the east and south. So yeah, I'm going to be working a little bit further down here now and see what else we can come up with. It'd be great to make another image or two this afternoon. So yeah, thoroughly enjoyed this morning's little session though. So these are the type of the things that I'm looking for, like cracks in the rock where maybe on another occasion where when the tide's a little bit higher, it's pouring through this crack and we get this kind of water flow coming over. I think that would be really cool. Probably have to shoot it from back there though, but this might be a composition that I can work on another time. So yeah, I'll mark this on my little map of places to come back to, especially if we get some nice light over that way. Yeah, this could look absolutely amazing. But I'm going to check out just a bit further down here. I think this could be good just here. While colour can be a great way of invoking an emotion, removing it from a photo can also be a powerful technique for adding mood to an image. In the absence of vibrant hues, monochromatic compositions compel us to engage with the essence of the image's narrative, free from other distractions. This approach also allows us to truly focus on what's important within the frame. So just here I've got this gully that comes from my left hand side and points straight towards the light, which I think is quite nice. It's got this diagonal flow through the image and I'm just waiting for the water to wash through. I'm at about a second at the minute with the 6-stop filter on. But I'm just noticing over there the water splashing over those rocks over there, so I think I'm going to move because the tide's going out so rapidly right now. Really big tides over the last sort of 3 or 4 days, so yeah, you don't get long at each individual composition. So I think I've probably got the most out of this one now, so I'm going to move over there. I might even put the wide angle lens on. Composition is the single most important part of landscape photography, and I'm thrilled to introduce my brand new ebook that delves into this crucial aspect in great detail. With over 120 pages and 200 inspirational photos, it's your comprehensive guide to mastering composition. In a PDF format, this book is not only a great read, but a fantastic field companion too. So why not take a look by following the link in the video description. Your support is much appreciated. So, as you can probably see, the fog has come over now, seemingly out of nowhere, and yeah, very, very thick foggy conditions. Now, I've been to a few different locations to check them out, and they're clear, but this area here is very, very thick, so I'm hopeful of being able to find some little pockets of woodland here that we can use to take some moody, ethereal maybe looking shots, something that evokes emotion and mood into the image. Now this is an old World War II airbase and we're standing on the old runway right now. Not that you can see much of it apart from the sheep there, but yeah, this is quite an interesting place, but there are pockets of woodland dotted around this area that I think could make for some interesting shots. So let's go and see what we can find. So this place is pretty eerie. Might be worth coming back to. A little look round though. Interesting. So this area has been very, very challenging because of the chaotic nature of it. And because that fog has kind of dissipated somewhat, it's made finding a composition a lot more difficult. However, after spending about an hour working on a few various different places and not being that successful, I've moved around to this area, which is really chaotic. Lots of twisted oak branches here. And a lot of these oaks in this area have seemed to have split. Well, I don't know why, but they seem to have split in the middle and they're laying down on the floor, which is quite interesting. And then they continue to regrow as that happens and new shoots come out of them. And yeah, lots of things going on. So it's a very chaotic nature. But what I've tried to find is something that's got a bit of flow to it. So we've got a pocket of light up in the right-hand corner of this frame, and all of the branches tend to lead towards the light. So it's going to be very dark in the foreground on the left-hand side, and then the branches draw your eye towards the light. So I think that helps to tie the composition together. Anyway, I'm going to take this shot now, f11, 13th of a second, and yeah, I'm going to go ahead, take this shot. Yeah, a nice, moody, eerie shot. So mixed feelings about the images I've taken today, but it's been thoroughly enjoyable visiting multiple locations. Hope you guys have enjoyed it. The video up here will take you to another photography adventure, and the link over here will take you to my landscape photography ebook and photography tours, which you may find useful. Anyway guys, thanks for watching. If you enjoyed it, please be sure to give it a like and subscribe for future content. Until next week, take care, and I'll see you all very soon.